All right, let's dive into something pretty ancient that, believe it or not, might just be the solution for our totally maxed out modern lives. We're talking about the Sabbath, but not as some old, dusty rule. No, think of it more like a powerful, built in rhythm for restoration. Does this sound like you? The phone is always buzzing, there's this constant pressure to be on and productive, and you feel like you never ever truly switch off. You are so not alone. Our whole world is basically built on a 24/7 cycle, and honestly, it's burning us out. But what if the answer isn't some new app, but a really old practice? So what even is the Sabbath? Well, it's so much more than just taking a day off from work. The sources paint this picture of it as a sacred appointment, a full 24-hour window that's intentionally set apart. The goal isn't just to stop doing stuff, it's to actively lean into rest, into renewal, and into connecting with the people and things that actually matter. To really get this, we have to go way, way back to the beginning. See, the Sabbath isn't just another religious holiday. It's presented as this foundational rhythm of the universe, something woven right into the fabric of time and creation itself. This is basically the origin story. The book of Genesis lays out this pattern right from the get-go. 6 days of making and doing, followed by 1 day of rest. And what's really wild is that this rhythm shows up before any specific nation or religion even existed. The idea seems to be that it's a universal principle, for everyone. So it starts there, but it doesn't just stop. The concept actually gets deeper. Scripture builds this case for why the Sabbath is so important on 4 different pillars, and each one adds a whole new layer of meaning to it. Just look at how this builds. It starts as a creation pattern. Then it gets formalized as a straight-up divine commandment. After that, it becomes a covenant sign, like a special marker of a relationship. And finally, it evolves into a redemption memorial, this powerful reminder of being set free from the slavery of nonstop work. Each layer just adds to this rich, multifaceted gift. Okay, so this brings up a huge question, especially if you're coming from a Christian perspective. What did Yeshua, or Jesus, do with the Sabbath? Did he show up and just make it obsolete? Let's tackle that head on. Well, if you look at the biblical accounts, they're pretty clear that Yeshua regularly observed the Sabbath. His beef wasn't with the Sabbath itself. It was with all the rigid, man-made traditions that had twisted it from a gift into this heavy, crushing burden. So when he declared himself Lord of the Sabbath, he wasn't getting rid of it. He was fixing it. He was restoring it to its original life-giving purpose. And this quote, this just nails his whole point. This one sentence flips the entire perspective on its head. The Sabbath is a gift for us, for our good, for our restoration. We weren't created to be slaves to a rule. The rule was created to serve us and to set us free. Okay, so this ancient idea sounds great in theory, but does it actually hold up in our crazy, high-stress world? You might be surprised. Modern science is actually starting to provide hard data that backs up the wisdom of this ancient rhythm. It's pretty cool. So let's talk about stress. Being on all the time floods our bodies with the stress hormone cortisol. But check this out. A regular, dedicated day of rest can slash those levels by as much as 37%. That is a huge physiological difference. Now here's the one that sounds totally backward: productivity. You'd think working more means you get more done, right? Apparently not. Workers who take a full day off report a 42% boost in productivity. It turns out rest isn't the opposite of work, it's the fuel for good work. And sleep. I mean, who doesn't need better sleep? For the 58% of people who try a weekly digital Sabbath, yep, that means unplugging from screens, the result is better quality sleep. It's like our brains finally get the signal that it's okay to power down. And this isn't just some feel-good psychological thing, it's biological. As cognitive neuroscientist Dr. Sandra Bond Chapman says, this kind of strategic rest is a biological necessity. It's literally how our brains recover, process information, and get ready to focus again. It's not a luxury, it's essential. The benefits go even deeper than just our own health. In a world where so many of us feel isolated, the Sabbath can be this powerful antidote. It's a built-in time to strengthen our social bonds, to be truly present with our families without rushing, and to give the kind of undivided attention that makes our relationships stronger. It pushes back against all the distractions that pull us apart. So, the case for the Sabbath is pretty compelling, right? But how do you actually start, especially when life is so chaotic? The key, honestly, is to start small. Don't feel like you have to be perfect right out of the gate. Here's a super simple framework. First, you prepare. Good rest actually takes a little planning, so you get the chores and urgent work done beforehand. Then you mark the beginning, maybe with a special meal, something to make it feel different. During the day, you just focus on things that fill you up, not drain you. And finally, you conclude it, maybe with a moment of gratitude as you shift back into the week. You know, maybe the most important piece of all of this is your mindset. The prophet Isaiah actually encouraged people to call the Sabbath a delight. When you frame it that way, it's not about obligation. It's about joyful anticipation. It becomes the day you get to look forward to all week long. It all comes down to this really simple mental shift. Instead of focusing on a list of, I can't do this, I can't do that, the question becomes, wow, what do I get to do today? You get to rest without feeling guilty. You get to connect with people you love. You get to enjoy nature. It completely flips it from limitation to liberation. This quote, wow. It just captures the whole thing so perfectly. The idea here is that the Sabbath isn't just something people do. It's something that does something to people. It preserves them. It restores them. It holds them together. It's a life-preserving rhythm. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? In our constant search for the next app, the next productivity hack, the next trick to manage our burnout, what if the most profound solution isn't new at all? What if it's been waiting for us this whole time, hidden in plain sight as an ancient sacred rhythm of rest?